Charlie Edwards, the former world title challenger, who's been back in winning form.
From a young age, I've always looked at that WBC belt and wanted it, and it's time to make the dream become a reality. I'm here to unify the division. Now I'm ready. I know I'm ready. My coach has left no stone unturned, and I know, listening to him, on December 22nd, I will be crowned WBC World Champion.
Bit sharper in, bit sharper in, bit sharper in, drive. You got shoulder pointing as you turn. That's better. Don't forget to lead off with your backhand as well, or that uppercut to body sometimes. Just put it into that hip. Keep the left hand tight. Remember? There. Tight. There. Tight. Behind that shoulder, don't put that shoulder too far forward.
Everything I do in life, I always give it my all. It's just the way I am. It's my persona and me as a person, and that's why I think, although I wasn't academically clever, when I got into the boxing world and I realised I had the talent and I know how to work hard and adapt to situations and put my feelings and emotions aside and really push myself, that's why I think I'm successful now. But my dad taught me from a young age a foundation of hard work. I would get up before school at ages of 13 to 14, run at 6 in the morning, then go to school all day, and I'll be in the gym at night. And for a 13 or 14-year-old kid, a lot of people thought it was mad what my dad was doing to us and saying it was a pushy parent. And yeah, at times, don't get me wrong, like, it was hard, and some mornings when it was raining outside, I didn't want to run. But I'm so glad that he pushed me out the door and got me, because when I come back from the run, I felt $1 million. So he really taught me my work ethic. He really taught me what I had to do to put in my foundation and training my engine from such a young age. When my dad said, "You've got to take it properly. You will do this, but you're going to do it seriously. You're not going to play around with it. You can get hurt in this game." And I was like, no, I understood that. At the ages of 14, I won my first schoolboy Golden Gloves title at 38 kilo. And then I got, all of a sudden, drafted into the European schoolboys, which I then went on to win gold. It's really set me up today. Like, when I say I've done my apprenticeship, it hasn't been since I've been pro. Like, everyone likes to see and visualize, like, oh wow, you're great, you're living the life, you're unbelievable. But all these years, from the ages of 11, I've put in the work. So I've done the graph for 14 years of my life, going from different levels, learning, having setbacks, having big things happen in family life that affects things, and it's been a real struggle to get to where I am today, and there's really been a lot of lessons learnt along the way, but I've got to be grateful for all them. Every last downward slope I had to lift me back up, to make me realise and learn. Everything happens for a reason, and like I said, December the 22nd, it all comes down to that. I just fell out of love with the amateur game. Like, I was 21. I'd been on GB when I was 15. I was one of the youngest ever to get on the GB squad, 15 years of age. I was on there until 21. 6 years of my life. So it's a sentence. Do you know what I mean? I was going up and down from London every Monday, travel back Thursday, every week, and it got so monotonous. And then I was going away to all these countries, fighting here, there, and the other. And I just got sick of it, to be fair. My biggest thing was winning against Jack Bateson in the ABAs, my second ABAs, because there was real needle. On my behalf, I believe that GB wanted him to go to the Commonwealth and wanted him to be the poster boy, because he was with Sky. They like named him to be this next big up and coming thing. So that was my big win. And after that, it was like I was satisfied. I got to the Commonwealth Games. And going back to the law of attraction thing, in a way, I think, yeah, I was really buzzing that I got to the Commonwealth Games, but I was thinking more about the pro game, about going pro, and it was like, it just wasn't really me. After I won them ABAs, I went on a big celebratory thing. I was out with my friends. I was enjoying myself, which wasn't the right thing to do. And it's a lesson learned. I went to the Commonwealth Games, and in the ring, I wasn't the fighter I am. And yeah, I did lose, but it's not the end of the world. Look, I fought for one world title already, and I'm just about to fight for my second. The amateur game, which I always say to all these young amateur fighters who ask me any tips, don't worry about the decision as such. Just get in there, keep fighting, keep listening and learning. And if you're losing against kids who are better than you, it doesn't matter, because you can come back and come stronger. And you realise things from defeat. A lot of people get caught up in this, want to keep that all the time, but I do believe you learn the most when you fall. As soon as I got defeated in the Commonwealth Games, after that I knew I was fed up. I didn't want to be on the GB team. I got about that. I was sick of it, the same old stuff, week in, week out, and I just said, I don't even want to box no more. And this is what it got to. I was like, I'm done with this. I don't enjoy it no more. I don't want to do it. I can't go back to Sheffield and be on that squad and do the same crap week in, week out when I'm not enjoying it. GB squad like kind of tells you like, oh, pro game's really hard. They put that little back shadow in your mind, so you don't want to make the jump. You're a bit scared. And I went, do you know what? I love boxing. I always have done from a kid. I've put in too much to do this. I'm just gonna try. What's the worst that can happen? If it don't work out, it don't work out. I ain't going back to Sheffield. I ain't going back and doing the same stuff week in, week out. I can't do it. It's killing my happiness. So I made my decision up then. And I come back, and then I ended up speaking to Rob McCracken, and then I parted ways from GB. When I turned pro, well, towards back at the end of my amateur career, I was always one of these amateurs who was super fit. 3 rounds was never enough. I was only just getting started. So I knew that with the work I've put in and the engine I've built from such a young age, going professional and fighting 10, 12 rounds was always going to benefit me a lot more than fighting 3. And when I turned pro, I decided I did not want to fight journeyman. Obviously, you have to for the first few. But the first opportunity, I was like to Eddie, I want to fight for a title. I'm not here to waste my career just fighting him, picking him, not fighting him. I want to get to title level. I want championship rounds. I want to compete at championship rounds, and I want to push myself to the limit every single time. I want these fights to better myself. Win, lose or draw, it's about bettering yourself and becoming a better fighter. And you can only do that by fighting the best. And at that time, 5th fight in, that's why I made the jump to fight for the English title, which was a 10 rounder, and I had only fought 6.
There's about 26 fighters in Britain. Now,
Beautiful shot.
Walk into it.
Straight into it, and he's hurt badly here, Charlie Edwards. He's going to do very well to recover. He's brave. He gets to his feet. His legs have gone. He's being asked to walk forward. Steve Gray's giving him every opportunity. Every opportunity. Casemiro wants to get on with it. There's over a minute left.
He's got to hold.
Does he have the experience to hold? Can he recover from that? I don't think so. Steve Gray holds it. It is over. John Real Casemiro successfully defends his IBF title on the road again.
I was distraught. I was really, really distraught. To be honest, as I was warming up for the fight, I knew before I went in the ring it wasn't my time. As mad as that sounds, I was warming up and it didn't feel right, nothing felt right, and I was like, this ain't my time. In my head, I didn't say it out loud, in my head I was just like, this ain't my time. As soon as I got the knock on the door to go down to the thing, I was like, oh my God, I bit off more than I can chew it. That's what went through my mind. And I just thought, F it, I'm here now. I bit down on my gumshoe, walked down that corridor, and just thought, it's all or nothing. All I can do is try my hardest. And I walked out in front of 20,000 people at the O2, which was a scary atmosphere in itself. I stepped up on the stage and I was like, wow, it's just got real. I looked around and then I just got to the ring, remember him walking out. I was in there first, obviously him walking out as champion. As he got into the ring, I just looked straight down at his legs, and his legs were like tree trunks, and I was like, what? It just hit me. And I just went out the first round. First right hand he hit me with, it felt like he had horseshoes in it, and that's what I asked myself. I was like, oh, what has he got in them gloves? That's what I said. And I backed off and I just bit down. I thought, one round at a time. That's all I can do. One round at a time. Just keep going. And I bit down and just kept going and kept going. But after, when I come out, I was distraught. I come out, went back in the changing room, sat down, towel straight over my head, sat there for about 10 minutes crying my eyes out. It hurt me. It really, really hurt me. It really touched somewhere deep. After the fight, I was embarrassed. As bad as that sounds, I just fought in front of 20,000 people at the O2, held my own against a big punching world champion to the 10th round. I was so embarrassed then. My close friends, they were messaging me saying, "You've done well, this and that," but I just couldn't bring myself to go and see them. I couldn't go out in my local area, go down there, like, have a drink with anyone. So I booked a flight and I just went away. I went away and kind of ran away from reality. I was living in Marbella at the time, so I got straight back home, out of London, quick as I could, straight back to Marbella, then went on holiday. And I was so down in the dumps, I didn't want to think. It took me about 2-3 weeks until I could really pick myself up, and that was going out drinking, just being stupid, like, which is probably making me worse, having a drink and making me drown in my sorrows. But after 3 weeks, I was like, do you know what? I was like, I can't do this no more. And that's when I took the stand. I thought, you know what? I'm getting back on the horse. Got straight onto Eddie and MTK and was like, I need to be out as soon as possible. And he got me out in November. I fought in September, got beat, and I just wanted to get straight back in there after about 3 weeks, put it behind me. Got back into training camp, had an easy fight, put him away in the 3rd round, but I couldn't go through Christmas with it hanging over the back of my head. It would have killed me. I've walked the walk already. I know what to expect. I know what it takes to be there on fight week and be mentally zoned in, focused, making the weight. I know how to do it now. I'm ready to do it and be strong at it. And I've got the press conferences, nothing new to me. When I'm sitting at a press conference now, I'm relaxed, I'm not on edge, I'm not like worrying about this camera, that camera, I'm just me. On the public workout, don't have to worry about nothing else but doing my thing. All the hard work and all the preparation has been done in camp. My coach has left no stone unturned. I haven't really had to think about anything. He's got everything put into place for me, for sparring partners, times I'm training, what zones I'm hitting, everything. So all I've got to do is turn up and give 110% every day I'm in the gym. And that's what I'm doing. And camp's been going so smoothly. And the biggest thing for me is I've got full and utter trust in this man. And I know, listening to him, the game plan we're forming, on December the 22nd, I will be crowned WBC World Champion of the world.
So earlier this year we saw Rosales knock out Paddy Barnes with a right hook body shot. What can you do to combat that? What can you do differently?
Paddy Barnes is a great fighter as an amateur, I believe. I don't believe he's a great pro. Also, with Paddy, he's very old. He doesn't live the lifestyle. He doesn't train right. He could train for 8 weeks, but this professional boxing, like Andre Ward said the other week, he tweeted, after 7 rounds, sometimes, in some fights, it comes into a lifestyle. And if you haven't lived that lifestyle, you come unstuck. Paddy, I don't believe, lived the lifestyle. After fights, he'd be out drinking Guinnesses, pissing it up the wall, going so far up. You see him 3 weeks before his world title fight, he didn't have an ab in sight. What does that tell you? You might have been training hard for 8 weeks, but you can't condition the body. It's a lifestyle. You've got to live the lifestyle. You've got to eat healthy all year round. You've got to do your exercises. You've got to not go out the gym for 2 months at a time and just enjoy normal life, because you become soft. You pull injuries when you try and come into hard, intense training camps, and you fall out of love with it. The longer you're out of the gym, the harder it is to get back. And I just don't believe he's lived the life. And as he's growing older, his age is really catching up with him.
So Rosales is a great champion, but if you do win his belt, where do you go from there? What's next?
When I win his belt. I'm in this game, like I said, not to hold on to the title and to just fight no ones or hand-picked opponents, aka like WBC. I'm here to unify the division. I know I've got a rematch clause in place with Rosales, so when I do beat him, I will have to fight him again, unless he doesn't want the fight. And then after that, I'm ready to unify the division. I look at every flyweight out there, and they're all beatable. And I believe I can be top dog at flyweight. And starting on December the 22nd, I'm taking up number 1 flyweight in the division, and then I will go and unify them.
So you mentioned Cristofer. He's obviously super flyweight at the moment. That's where his title. Would you step up, because you've fought a lot of big fights at super flyweight? So would you step up in weight to possibly fight him next year?
I'd fight him tomorrow. That's what I mean. I'd fight him tomorrow. I've been chasing him for a long time, and really that's what's affected my career. I've been inactive. Really, I've had 2 fights in the last year, and they weren't the opponents that we wanted. We had a lot of issues in pro boxing. You know, people pull out, visa issues, medical issues come about. The fights didn't happen that we wanted, and we was messed around because we was like dangled a carrot like about the Yafa fight. You want to fight him? We pursued it. I give up my British title, which I shouldn't have. It was a bad business move. I lost out a lot of money giving up my British title. I could have defended it 3 times, had the belt here sitting next to me outright, and earned a good bit of money along the way, and not very hard fights. But I chose to pursue a big fight. It didn't happen for me. Another lesson learned in my career. You can't always do that. You can't always waste your time pursuing big fights. It's a fight that I do want, and I do believe it will happen. It's got to happen. There's not many rivalries in British boxing at lightweights, and if we can get that on, it will be a massive fight on Sky Sports. And like I said, it's not a fight that I'm tuned into right now. I've kind of got over the Cristofer big fight, because I know it's not going to happen. I know he doesn't want to fight me. I know he knows I'm all wrong for him. So it's just one of them. That fight will happen. Believe, mark my words, that will happen. At some stage in the career, it will happen. It's a fight I want for revenge. From being a young kid on the GB squad, and he used to like give it to me, drop me with body shots and that. And over time, I started getting better. Spars started getting even. Before I left GB, he was still coming in as a pro, and I started to get the better of rounds and started going up. And he used to get frustrated a lot, but now I'm a different animal. I don't believe he's increased that much. He's always been the same kind of fighter, and I really believe I will beat him, and that bittersweet revenge will come in my career. It's not right now, it's not, and that's why I've got the opportunity to drop back down to flyweight. I realised I can make the weight in my last fight against Anthony Nelson. I could have made the weight the day before I went to Grant. So I make the weight just for a laugh. Just to let everyone know I'm back at flyweight. And he was like, no, don't be stupid. So I then went in and had some food in the night before the weigh-in. And then after the fight with Anthony Nelson, I said to Eddie, I went, get me a world title shot at flyweight. I can make the weight. And he said, really? I went, yeah. He was like, okay then. And then Umdenard, who we was trying to get at flyweight, we tried to get Miflane Maruti, and they were in a negotiation for a long time. And then he ended up taking an offer somewhere else because he believed the guy's style was easier than mine to deal with. Like, he believed I was too wrong for him. So then that was another big fight that we kind of fell from. And I was from June to December. So it's a long time again. And I felt myself falling back into the pattern of not getting this big fight. And I was thinking, oh my God, I'm wasting my career again. No. And at the last hurdle, when I decided, that's it, I don't want a big fight. I fight for the Commonwealth. I want to win my British back. I need to build and keep this fight every so often. I can't be having inactivity in my career. It's doing my head in. It's driving me insane. I'm always in the gym. After my Anthony Nelson fight, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, I'm back in the gym. 2 weeks. It wasn't even a week. A week out, I was back running. And back training, back coming in, learning. I'm obsessed with the sport. I'm obsessed with bettering myself and keep learning and keep improving. The only thing I hate about the sport is the inactivity. And chasing big fights, you've got to expect it. And that fine moment when I give up on chasing the big fight and just wanted to go back, that's when it broke out, and I got the fight. And I was luckily and blessed and grateful for it. And now we push on to the fight of my dreams, really. From a young age, I've always looked at that WBC belt and wanted it. And it's time to make them dreams become a reality. I want to be known as a great. I want to be known as a multi-weight world champion. Me and my brother, we are the same. We fight anyone. We want to fight anyone. As long as the money's right and we're not getting mugged off, we fight. And I just want to keep fighting these people, keep fighting these top fighters, unify divisions, move up, fight again. I want to be known for entertaining the fans. I've got a style that is very fan friendly. A lot of people like to watch me box. So getting good fights against good opposition, that's how I'm going to make my name. I don't regret anything I've done because it's made me the person I am today. I've learned from every mistake I've made, and every time I've fallen till I've hit rock bottom, I've got up and it's made me stronger. So I can't say I regret anything. I don't regret taking a test in a fight. I don't regret losing a fight. I don't regret falling out with my dad. I don't regret any of the kind of things that I have come across in my life, because without that, I wouldn't be who I am.